Hey, Taoping Airlines Math Industry, and we're going to be looking at Paragoombas. Actually, Paracoopas. What I meant to say is that we're going to be learning parallel lines. The word parallel means that there are two lines that are like train tracks or that are the same, that are laid next to each other. Like this, for example. Parallel lines can also be curved in this way too, as long as they're like train tracks. Here's another example. This is one line and this is another. They're both parallel because they're like train tracks. The only thing that parallel lines do not do is they touch each other. Like if this and this, these are not parallel lines because they're touching each other. Nor is this and this. They're not parallel lines because they're touching each other. Those lines are not parallel because they are intersecting with each other. Those lines are supposed to be lightsabers. So what we're going to do with parallel lines is we're going to use the formula y equals mx plus b. And we're going to make two lines on a grid to make them parallel. So here is a slope right here on a graph. And the equation representing the slope on the graph is y equals 2x plus 4. Because plus 4 is the starting position right here. We go 1, 2, 1, 2. So here is a slope on a graph. In the past videos, we have been looking at how to find the equation of a slope on a graph. But with parallel lines, we're going to do something very special. So for the equation, y equals 1x plus 4, that is because here's 1, 2, 1, 2. The 4 represents the starting position. And we go 1, 2, 1, 2 to get to the next point. 2, 2 is the same thing as saying 1 because 2, 2 is a fraction. The simplest form is 1, so 1x. This will represent this. But what happens if we get another line and then we compare it with the other one? Like for example, we're making a parallel line. What is the line for this one? What is the slope for the bottom line? Well, it appears that the starting position is 0. So we know that is plus 0. And the other thing is, we count 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're the same slopes, but we place them in different positions. So we have y equals 1x plus 0. That represents the bottom line. These two are the same slope because all we did is have this one and move it to another position. Here is another example. So if you're working with word problems and you're also working with slopes and parallel lines, you will probably see a word problem that looks like this. Write a slope that's parallel to the equation y equals 10x plus 7. And this is one of the easiest ways to solve this because there's only one thing we need to change about this is y equals 10x plus 7. We can get creative. Y equals 10x minus 4. That is the same thing. Or y equals 10x. Let's get extreme. Plus 200. That is the same thing. All we have to do is change the y-intercept. Your math teacher would let you put in any number you want, so you get to be creative. The only way this answer would be incorrect, or this question would be incorrect, is if you do a plus 7. Because the question is saying, write a slope that's parallel to the equation y equals 10x plus 7. So do not write 7. You can write any other number and be creative, but not 7. Why are these slopes the same? The reason why the slopes are the same, but the y-intercept is not, is because here's an example in Mario Maker. Here is the slope right here, but the word problem is telling you to change the starting position, which is the y-intercept right here. So, in order to move it, visualize is that we're copying and pasting and moving this to another position. And we get to move this one over here. So these lines are parallel, but they have different starting positions, which is called the y-intercept right there. So your math teacher would let you be creative, and you get to put whatever number for the y-intercept you want, because all we're doing is taking that slope and moving it somewhere else. Just like in the beginning of the first problem, these two slopes are the same. Just like in Super Mario Maker, we can copy and paste this one and drag it down to a new position. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe.